another glorious day, my tea sippers, and you know what time it is. I hope you have all of your comforts together because it's time to dish tea. And you're dishing tea, darlings, with Big Meat.
Can't wait. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat.
Darling. Hello. Hey, what's going on to all of my tea sippers, my crumpet dunkers, my tea brewers, my pot stirrers, my tea leaf readers, and my tea baggers. What's your tea? What is your tea today, honey? It's another glorious day, my darlings. And you know what time it is, honey. So, darling, it's time to dish tea. And you are dishing tea, darlings, with Big Meat. What's up? Honey, y'all know last night, if you were joining me last night, honey, I was just distraught. Okay? Distraught over last night and dealing with that videotape. And every time I close my eyes, and you know I have been drinking, every time I close my eyes, I just saw the vision of it. And it was just taking me out. And last night, I was just too emotionally driven. I just could not get through the rest of that show. So I closed it out early. However, today we're going to get into some of the things I couldn't say last night, okay? And I just was not in the space for it. I was trying to just mold it, but we just could not get into it and things. And it was just entirely too much, okay? Entirely too much for the world and not enough people to handle. And sweethearts, when I tell y'all that we need to do better, we got to do better, honey. At this particular point, we have no choice but to do better. But the question is, what does better look like? You know, when we say what we need to do better, what does better look like, honey? Now, today's show, I'm titling today's show, And What About the Parents? I was on Facebook Messenger earlier with my friend Avery, honey. And Avery, hopefully he pops in here because that child said something that set my soul on fire. This is just apple cider today, y'all. Avery said something, and well, before I get into it, let me take another direction first because I don't want to get real heavy so quickly, okay? Because I know that's going to be the bulk of the show, and I want to make sure that we have some kind of balance, you know, a little light and carrying on, although it's some controversy in here because I'm going to show y'all a clip of an upcoming show, honey. One of the questions that I have for y'all today is, honey, is the era of reality TV over? Has it played out yet? Okay, are we tired of this shit yet? Okay, now I'm not necessarily mad at the brother who created this particular new show that I'm about to show y'all. I'm not mad at him for wanting to make his paper and he found his formula, right? The problem that I'm having is that we as a public continue to say this is the kind of programming that we want. We continue to say that this is what we want to see. We continue to validate these types of behaviors. I know this is a brand new show. We don't know what's going on. Let me give y'all this, honey. Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready for a little groaning gospel? Try this.
Detroit's got a lot of hidden gems everywhere.
That's selling millions of albums.
You gotta be sexy for Jesus.
Are you crazy?
This March,
You can love Jesus and talk about a body part. Is that okay?
the next generation of gospel
She used to be a stripper.
is raising hell.
I said lower your tone.
Nobody knows I'm living this double life.
Don't miss Groaning Gospel. The all-new series premieres this March on WeTV and All Black.
Y'all ready? Are y'all ready for yet another reality TV show? And this time, this is going to focus on the gospel children. Now, wait a minute. Let me pull up the cast list. So y'all can have some kind of semblance or an idea of who's going to be on the show. Okay? Okay, I know what that is. What's this? Wait a minute. Y'all got the comments coming in, honey. Okay, wait a minute. Michael, you say what? No, am not. Am not. Princess say what? Princess Leia. Oh, Lord. Right. Okay. Linus is up in here. Hey, baby. Hey, how are you, my darling? Thanks for joining us. Okay. And good evening to you, my darling. Let me pull up the cast list, okay, so y'all can understand. Now, I may not know all these people, okay? Y'all might, and I don't know, okay? Supposedly, all these children are related to somebody or is somebody in gospel, okay? But we finna see, okay? What is this? Oh, child, I can't stand this when this happens. They want you to turn your ad blocker off and shit. Okay. Come up out of this. Come on up out of here. Come on. This is ridiculous. Okay, I'm trying to get the cast list and want to see who's all in this thing. Hold on, I'm coming, y'all. Just gotta do this little do-I-diddy-ish. Okay. Let me see. We have is this all the crew? Yeah, that's the crew. I don't want the crew. Although the crew is important, I want the actors. They gave me the list of all the crew members here. Or at least the talent. Let me put it that way. I want a list of the talent. Okay. The list of the talent. And see what tea this is giving. Okay. What tea no, that's the wrong one, damn it. I said midnight gospel. I don't want midnight gospel. This is grown and gospel. Thank you. Grown and gospel. Okay. It's not, it don't want to give it to me, honey. Can y'all stand this thing don't want to give it to me? Well, look at this. It's not even, child. Every time I click on the link, right, it's taking me elsewhere. They keep giving me the crew. But I'm trying to give y'all the cast. Okay, the cast of this show. Okay. They give me the crew again. The crew. No, I don't want the crew, honey. Any damn way. Okay, now they got pissed off now. Fuck it. Okay. nonetheless, um, supposedly, what's up, Tasha Page Lockhart? I know that's one name that I remember. That's supposed to be in this thing. And y'all saw her in the clip. Somebody else. I can't think of who it was, but I can't think of all these damn children because I don't know this set of gospel people. However, this is supposed to be a whole big old thing of, following these children who are supposedly the next generation of gospel music and carrying on, and what this is supposed to be, and whatever that is. My whole thing is this. It was an epic fail for me. A complete and total epic fail. When they had, remember the preachers of LA and the preachers of Detroit and all that, it was supposed to be this gospel reality show about all these, preachers and things of that nature, which was stupid. Okay, because all that did was just put a light on something that we all, a lot of folks feel that, you're wasting your money, you're putting your tithe somewhere, and the pastor reaping all these benefits. What was the pretty pastor? He was pretty as hell, though, claiming he was straight, but okay. I have my own opinion about that. I'm having a hot pocket, John. I'm hungry as hell. And really need to cook this turkey burger, but don't feel like cooking. Feel like pizza, but didn't feel like ordering it. Okay. Yes, Paris. Grace Jones's brother was in that. Yes, he was. Okay. That there became an epic fail for me. What was the other one? It was another one that had the female preachers, and how I didn't even look at that one, child, because that was just too much for me. I have this thing when I see preachers who go and talk like they are full of the spirit, and all they got to do is wave their hands, and you supposedly fall out in the spirit and carrying on and all that. That does something to me, because it's like, okay, Miss Thing, you know what? If your power in God is this strong, then why are we not going to the places like in the homeless shelters and carrying on, and let God's power magnify itself, and bless the children and do all this so that folks can feel as though they are still connected to God and God hasn't forsaken them and this, that, and other. That's my personal thing on that, okay? And I can't think of the name of that one with the women's, okay, the women pastors and preachers and things. But when they came out with the preachers of LA, and then turned around and did a spinoff, well, no, they expanded the brand and did the pastors of Detroit. And Dorinda Clark Cole was in that. And because she and the other female pastor was there, and I just had a thing, because Dorinda was like, well, I'm from the Kojic church, and we just simply don't believe that a woman is supposed to lead the church like that. And so Miss Thing, you sitting up there coming in here with damnation and hell, because this woman is the pastor of a church and you an evangelist singer. That there just became religious fodder that was unfucking necessary. And it put a light on the church that, and it stained it. It just imbued the fabric of the black, particularly the black church. It just did all that craziness, and I'm like, no, honey, no. So that, I think they only had one season of both of those, right? So it didn't go anywhere. It put a negative light on the church, as far as I'm concerned, and all of that. Now we got this thing coming here to where these are supposed to be, whatever. Either they're the children of people who sing in our gospel singers, or they adjacent some kind of way to the gospel world. Okay. So you hear the woman sitting up there, oh, we could talk about body parts and Jesus, can't we? So now you're trying to mix all this sex and carrying on and this, that, and the other. And I get it. We're human beings, we're sexual creatures. I get all that. The part that is going to bother me, or at least how this trailer is, because again, I don't know what's going on with this. Looking at my research, apparently this is a new it's supposed to be a new show. This thing says it's a new show, but I keep seeing stuff that's talking about from 2017 and this, that, and that. I don't know. I don't know. But looking at how this sizzle reel is put together, y'all got stuff up in here, honey, that's going to be misleading. Because Tasha said the folks don't know that I live this double life. What double life? And y'all just got the clip before talking about, oh, she's a former hooker and all this kind of jazz. You know what I'm saying? So whatever this is, I think it's just going to further put scrutiny onto the institution that many of us have either walked away from or have said, you know what, I can't do it the way that y'all doing this anymore. Because for me, I didn't necessarily turn my back on church per se, but I would never be a part of nobody else's church. Not as a member. I will come and support and carrying on because, yes, I believe in the teachings of Christ and carrying on. However, my consciousness has expanded. Okay, so I embrace a couple of other things that carrying on because of my stance that God is in everything. So, we can't say that that's not of God when God created everything and you don't know all of what everything is. You know what I'm saying? I just make sure that it agrees with my spirit. As long as I'm in agreement and my spirit is in agreement, then we will look into it. If my spirit say no, then that's a no. Okay. And so because of all of that, these particular type of shows, I just don't think bring about the glory of God, really. Okay. It's carnal. It is very, very, very tell-all. And as far as I'm concerned, honey, it's you're trying to reach today's people because this is where today's people are in reality TV or whatever the case may be. I just don't think that this is a good look because it shines a light on your dirt. Now, if we're going to have a whole different conversation about being transparent, about being a work in progress or whatever, that there needs to be the conversation of these kinds of shows. So yes, I've been called and things to be to lead folks to a higher self and to Christ or whatever for those who are traditional Christians and want to lead folks to Christ. Show me what your struggle is because you too still have to deal with whatever it is that you deal with. Okay, show that so folks can connect and say, you know what, damn, I get that, I understand that. This is a daily struggle for me. Take that to the support groups and carrying on, to the NA meetings and the SA meetings and carrying on. Take that kind of shit there so we can see, okay, I'm having a hard time and I know I believe in my higher power. And of the 12 steps, I had to go back to step number 3, atonement, because I got to apologize or this, that, and that, because I'm having a bad day and it's on me and I'm trying to, I want to believe in my higher power, but it's in my brain. See, that kind of stuff, if we're going to have that conversation with reality TV and the gospel world of this, that, and the other, lovely. Okay, so let's do that. But I don't know about this particular show. I don't even know if I want to see the first episode. I probably will because it's fodder and it gives me something here to talk about or whatever for the show, for content and this, that, and the other. But I want us to elevate our consciousness, children. I'm tired of us going for the low-hanging fruit. Or is it low-hanging or did it just fall and you just picked it up? Cut off the bruised part and save the salvageable parts. Huh? Is that what we're doing? Is that what we're doing? Because I'm ready to see television go back into a new way. Scripted television is becoming fabulous these days. Okay. Scripted television is fabulous these days. We got good, strong writing. Okay. Strong writing skills. We got wonderful actors. Okay. That are sitting there delivering, honey. We got programs that make you want to say, oh my God, I got this and I got to put this on tape or I'm going to go binge watch this. You understand? we have that again. And it's been a long time since we've had interesting television. And I really wish that if the genre of the reality TV show is going to matriculate and evolve, I really want to see reality be actual reality and stop giving me a setup. Okay. Stop giving me an impromptu improvisation setup. Okay, all of us, we're gonna meet at the restaurant or whatever, and this is what y'all gonna talk about, and your idea is this. Now go, and then everything else becomes a whole improv scene or whatever until we get to the fight and the cussing each other out and everybody bitches and holes and all that. Really, really, okay. And see, we have allowed this kind of behavior to dictate society now, because now that we're in such a reality TV world, everybody thinks that this is what it takes to become famous or whatever because of your damn phone. See, if I'm sitting here cutting up and somebody willing to sit down there and press record, then I can sit up here and cut the fuck up, okay? So that y'all can sit up there and say, world star, and all this old stupid ass shit to try to make something to go viral. So everybody know that you ain't no bitch to be fucked with. Really. That's old and it's tired. Okay. Old and it's tired. Okay. Let's go to the comments. Let me go over here to the comments. Wait a minute. I stopped there. I want to pick it up here. Okay. Here we go. I tuned in on your show now because I got stuck doing my show for a moment. I'll finish it later tomorrow. Oh, bless your heart, Groove. You, oh my God. I felt they were like playing it up for the camera sometimes. I do feel that as well. Yes, with Grace Jones's brother. Yeah, I had played that. Yeah. Enjoy your Hot Pocket. I haven't had a Hot Pocket in a long time. Doctor's orders. Yeah, I haven't had one in a while either. Because, sometimes they overcook and carry on, undercook. I put this one in the air fryer and carrying on, and it's doing okay. He got babies all over the world. Yeah, Noah Downs. Yes, the hell he does. Okay. Okay. Was there one filmed in Detroit? Yes, the Pastors of Detroit was filmed in Detroit. And then this one here, this new one here, did you hear the girl saying, oh, there's gyms around Detroit, honey? I think that's all in Detroit. Okay. So, yeah. He is the baby daddy of the singer who said she slapped Whitney. Really? Oh, okay. Okay. I know I'm not supposed to have chocolate either. Oh, well. Aha! Come on, Groove. Okay, I know I don't like the church game either unless they're helping people. Besides that, it's just go listen to a lecture and then go home. Okay, well, I remember both shows because my mother watched them both and occasionally brings them up during conversations. Okay. It's a new show. Yeah, I kept thinking it's a new show, but I'm sitting up here seeing stuff that's got 2017, cast and crew members from 2017. I'm like, what? I thought this was brand new. Okay. But you notice is our dumbasses creating these shows. Carlos King is a snake and will exploit everyone to make $1. You know what? Listen. He can't exploit those who don't want to be exploited because everybody's trying to come up on the bag. What's the ones that because he just did 2 other shows. Is he the one behind Southern Bells, or is it Love and Marriage Huntsville and those children? I think it's Love and Marriage because he got a spinoff of Love and Marriage DC and this, that, and the other to build his brand and carrying on and all of that. And everybody wanted to be this clone of the Housewives because you got the Housewives in all these different places. Now Love and Hip Hop, Mona Scott that did Love and Hip Hop all over the goddamn country. And now here he come, all over the country with all these different reality shows and this particular dude I did. And I'm like, okay, you know what? Really? Really, everybody, but I'm not mad at the game necessarily. Okay, make your paper, baby. You know, get your paper if that's the formula. Okay. That there has become the formula. Remember back in the day of the plays, everybody was doing the mama plays and carrying on because everybody was trying to make a quick dollar. Everybody wanted to come on and get this money because church children was going to plays. And as long as you sit up there and say Jesus, okay, and somebody could sit down there. Listen, let me tell you something. I will never forget this because it floored me. I know that we're going to a gospel play and this, that, and the other, honey, but a play, when the lights dim and carrying on and they sit up there and tell you, okay, turn your phones off or this, that, and another, no flash photography and this, that, and another, that's prohibited, blah, blah, blah. They say, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Now get ready for the show. Let's begin or whatever. The overture starts, okay? Either there's an overture or whatever the opening is going to be, right? What did I go see? Was it Perilous Times? I went to go see somebody's dance. It was a gospel play or whatever. And when I tell you the announcer come out there and wanted to have prayer, let's have a word of prayer. And I said, okay, these ain't theater people. These are all church folks, okay? And for those of you who will sit down and say, well, what's wrong with that? Bitch, I'm going to tell you what's wrong with it. I did not come up in here to stop just for us to sit down here and bless everybody for coming. And honey, listen, we paid tickets. Start the damn show. Now, I'm from the theater world. I'm an actor and I'm a director, this, that, and other. And I can't stand when we do frivolous shit that get in the way of the show. I'm not saying prayer is wrong, but baby, you understand? Do what the hell you're supposed to do, child. If you won't pray, honey, we prayed backstage. All the actors that we all prayed, held hands and said our prayer before we started the show because we saw the audience was coming in. We don't stop the damn thing so you can have prayer with the audience. Now, if y'all feel I'm wrong, fine. We can have we can agree to disagree on that. But child, bye. Okay. So now, when we had all the mama plays and everybody was trying to make that quick dollar off the mama play. Mama, I skinned my knee, honey, and Lord gonna take my leg. No, baby, we gonna pray and carrying on. But mama, I said my knee ain't together and I got to go get me some whiskey so that I could drink because I'm an alcoholic secretly. Baby, don't do that. Mama, why you say that? Ooh, Jesus, sing, girl. It became this fiasco for me. Okay, but I will give them some glory because the mama plays and all that, what it did do was bring folks out to the theater. Okay, it did bring folks out to the theater. It opened up their palate for something more than just going to the club or whatever. It opened up your horizons to say, I'm going to dinner in the theater. Folks was able to go out and, go grab a bite. Even if you did go to Kentucky Fried Chicken and get the 2-piece and the biscuit, you had dinner, you came to the theater, you saw a cute little play or whatever, honey. You came home, you felt good, you had a good night. Boom. Okay, so they were instrumental in that. But the quality of the product, now, this may seem hypocritical for somebody like me, okay? Because, yes, do I have product? I do. I did my play twice, okay? And this, that, and the other. But a lot of us, it's easy to criticize when the people have spit on ground that you are dreaming to walk on. Those people make all kinds of coin or whatever. Hell, they got this shit on DVD. They said that was able to record, to make product, to give you, to sell a copy of a DVD from one show they did in one state. And they done pressed that out so that you can buy a copy of the damn show, and carry it on to take home. Okay. We ain't got there yet. Okay. On the way, we ain't got there yet, but at the same time, the content, and carrying on, or if you had low budget and you got bad actors, okay? Or better yet, you only hired singers who act. That's a whole big difference from actors who sing, okay? Whole big difference. So we had to deal with all of that. Y'all hold on a minute. My allergies are getting to me, and I'm reusing this damn little piece of tissue because I didn't want to move. And I had a whole thing. Here we go. I got it. I'm like, okay, where's my little rag? Hold on, y'all. All right. So these are some of the things, and it yeah. Let me go back to the comments, chat. Let's see. Leonard says, Paris sounds juicy. Okay. Okay. Not juicy enough for me. I'd rather watch Sugar. Oh, you talking about Queen Sugar, Greenleaf, or Alice, B-Boy Blues. Come on now. Yes, honey. I'd say that's him. Okay. I'm not saying that the cast ain't dumb as hell either. They think it's going to make them a star. Now, come on, parents, because you want to something right there. A lot of these children end up, they want to come up. They want the accolades and stuff from it, and it's all about branding because some of the reality shows. Let's take R&B divas. Now, I knew most of those girls, okay, before the show. Well, wait a minute, that's not true. Hold on, that's not true. Nikki Gilbert Daniels, she's married, and I went to high school together. Okay, I met Selena Johnson and Angie Stone when they were doing the play. Okay, they did Soul Kittens Cabaret. Okay, so I met them there. So coming in when we were doing R&B Divas, and R&B Divas actually happens to be the part 2 of the play, what she was trying to do or whatever, right? And so I met a lot of the girls, and then because I was able to work with her on a few projects or whatever, that I was around her and I met everybody else. I met these girls. So, to meet Faith and Kiki, I haven't met Shantae Moore, but I interviewed Shantae Moore, and who else from the Atlanta cast? Because everybody from the Atlanta cast I practically knew. I had met them and carrying on. So being around them and this, that, and the other was wonderful, and cute and things. But then they got into this whole thing where the people tried to make television. And because the producers and this, that, and other were making television and destroyed relationships and carried on, Monifa, honey, she's a sweetheart. She and her partner, okay, Therese, I think that's right. Okay, they are a hoot. I love being around them, and things, so it's all of that. But that whole reality genre or whatever, I missed my point because I hit something else and I forgot where I was going. But that I'm just sick of it because it doesn't do anything. And this thing here with this gospel show, no. Oh, we're talking about making them a star. That's where we're going. A lot of them came back and they were using the platform to rebrand themselves. You know what I'm saying? So if they had a cookbook or if they had a whatever they were branding, they were able to say, okay, my popularity has increased here. Let's take Selena. She did when she was pregnant and carrying on, she did the mommy's workout. So she got into her health and things and carried on. So now folks know her from that. She had, was talking about the health thing or whatever, and all of that nutrition and this, third. So all of that became one in the thing, and it helped to expand her brand. So a lot of children, not only are they looking to become stars, those who have been in the A-list are now the C and the D list now have started to use these platforms to rebuild, rebrand, and to expand, right? And so that's a lot of that is where a lot of people have the mindset. Because let's take for instance, I never understood how in the hell Kim Fields allowed herself to be an Atlanta housewife. And I watched the show because I had people living with me who was into it. So that's how I know about these things. I've sat down to watch a couple of reunion shows. Oh my God, he done passed. Damn. Lamar, that's for you, baby. Damn. He just passed a few months ago, y'all. So, and that, damn. He didn't have cable and carried on. So he would call me, and he really wanted to come and just have, spend some time and be around an adult company or whatever. So he would call and be like, Jimmy, can I come over and watch the Housewives at your place? Because I don't have cable. And he would give me this song and dance. And I would let my heart bleed for him because I knew he, being understanding and seeing past what he was trying to do, he was looking for some camaraderie. So I would let him come over and watch the show. And, I'll be sitting at the computer, or I would cook dinner and carry on because I know he, probably wanted to have something to eat. So I would cook something and carry on and let him get into the show. But it's on the TV. So now I done got involved and all that with it. And, so I became hip to it and was able to sit down there, and then the reunion shows and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, child, okay. So we get into all of this for what? For what? Yeah, they want to be a star, honey, but okay, shit. Those mama fried the chicken plays were absolutely too damn much. Yeah, okay. Mama, daddy sold the baby in the water. Okay. Daddy sold the baby in the water. What the hell does that mean? You know what I'm saying? It was all, Mama, don't cry. Jesus loves you. Oh, that's my baby. And then I got so tired of it being the same plot. Okay. Mama was always a big woman. Okay. Who could sing. Okay. If the son wasn't the damn dope dealer, he was on drugs. If the daughter wasn't a hoe, she was in an abusive relationship. The father wasn't never around no goddamn where. Okay. And everybody found Jesus at the end. Okay. So you got the church children coming to see these plays, back flipping over the pews because somebody sang real good. They sang the spirit in. Okay. And then and everybody came on, oh, that was such a good old play. I didn't even see it. I'm going to tell you what happened. Oh, how'd you know that? That's exactly. Red, come on up in here, child. Come on.
What?
Okay, just.
Huh?
They don't open Broadway shows, black or white, with prayers. We done paid too much damn money to start that way. Hey, hello. Okay. I think reality shows are overrated in general. What I want to see I want to see more shows with substance like Abbott Elementary or A Different World, something that makes me laugh but also makes me think. All right, Princess, I agree. I agree. But again, when we're playing to low-hanging fruit or picking up the fruit that done failed, okay, and just cutting off the bruised ends, okay, what do we have? Because a lot of folks looking for a quick dollar, looking for quick and instant fame or whatever. I'm gonna play this clip again. I'm probably gonna have to take them out because they may try to hit me with a copyright thing. But this is a new show that's about to come on in March. You missed it, but I'm gonna play it again for you.
Detroit's got a lot of hidden gems everywhere.
That's selling millions of albums.
You gotta be sexy for Jesus.
Are you crazy?
This March,
You can love Jesus and talk about a body part. Is that okay?
the next generation of gospel
She used to be a stripper.
is raising hell.
I said lower your tone.
Nobody knows I'm living this double life.
Don't miss Grown in Gospel. The all-new series premieres this March on WeTV and All Black.
Now, let me say this. Because this here. Let me start on me. I'm gonna start on me for this.
Yeah, you do that.
Let me start on me. Listen here. All of you self-righteous Christians who came after Beyonce's song, Church Girl, because y'all said, honey, it ain't that, and this, that, and the other. How dare she, a real church girl, blah, 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 blah. Well, damn it, this little reality show is about to show you exactly how many church girls are out there. You understand? Y'all blasted her because y'all didn't want to face that reality. There's too many of y'all who stood up here. Hell, I was one of them, damn it. We stood up there, go to them, and it took my mother to point this out to me. She said, you think you're doing something because you went out all night drinking a can. She said, but that stuff is seeping through your pores. They could smell the alcohol on you when you're going up in there singing in the choir and sweating. And at that time, you know, I was 17, 18, you know, I was able to get into the club because of my size and carrying on. And, you know, we think we're doing something because we had bottles of James wine coolers. Okay. And I would wine cooler myself, honey. And I couldn't buy it, but I had somebody get it for me. You know, I had 2 or 3 of them and 4 and 5 of them and thing. And I'd go sweat it out on the dance floor and this, that, and the other, honey. Bottles of James wine cooler. Okay. Or Smirnoff cooler. Because remember, Smirnoff came out with theirs and this, that, and the other. But I would leave the club and come home 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. They had to be to church at, you know, 9, 10:30. Because I was a Sunday school teacher for kids. I was a children's Sunday school teacher. And I was also in the young adult choir. Okay. So, honey, we would go and do our thing and carry on. And my mother told me, she said, okay, you know they can smell you because all the alcohol is coming through your pores when you sweat. And I'm like, ooh, okay. And so all you other church girls, honey, according to the song, when she said, honey, I want to sit down there, I want to turn it up too. You know, I want to twerk and all whatever the lyrics are, you know. But y'all came for her and wanted to denounce the song. Oh, how dare her use the classic Clark sister song and blah, 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 blah. We do it all the damn time, cheering. All the time. And y'all blast her. But now y'all see the fruits of that. Y'all see all the fruits of that coming true in this damn little thing here. What you got?
Huh?
What you got? What you got?
You said what I got.
What you got? Come on with it. Because that just tickled you, honey. So what's your thoughts?
What?
I said that just tickled you. So what's your thoughts, Chad?
Oh, this. You can't hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Really? That's amazing.
Uh-huh.
What?
Lucas DJ.
You said what?
I know that just tickles me.
Man, let me tell you something. What gets me is how people, can I use the word audacity? Yes. They have the audacity
Okay.
to want to try to act like they didn't come from something. And that's one of my biggest problems. You know, I put God first, you know, my feet, before my feet hit the floor in the morning, I'm thanking God. And again, that don't put you in a position of judgment because you have a position. You have a position.
And then why'd you stuttering?
I'm sorry, something went wrong here. Okay, but I'm in a position. My thing is, don't act like you. Okay, people that know better have done wrong, and they learn from their wrongs in order to know how to create rights in their life.
How to do better? Hello.
Yeah, you can't say you squeaky clean from the beginning to the end because we all born to sin. You feel what I'm saying? So don't come out here with that. I'm so what you say, holier than thou? Is that what they used to say? Holier than thou. Let's take. I want you to analyze that statement because I've always wanted to analyze that because that's an argumentative thing in the Christianity world, right? Holier than thou. What is your actual definition of that?
Mine?
Yeah.
My definition of that has always been that my Jesus and the way how I serve God and my praise and carrying on is at a greater position than yours is. You know, but a lot of folks take the attitude that, you know, that this shit don't stink because I'm covered in the blood.
Right.
You know, and that's what that is. So it's a judgment call from the start. You know, and so now when we call it the holier than thou attitude, you are attempting to carry yourself around me as if you are better than me because you could say hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah 3 times and say it loud and say it with the dramatic flair to make folks think that you and God relationship is better or stronger than mine.
Yeah, but you mind if I share something with the world?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Should have listened to her. God help me. Old saints, y'all forgive me, but I gotta tell you, these hoes ain't loyal. You gotta find.
You know,
maybe when he said that, child, I said, "Oh, he did that from the pulpit."
Yeah, he did that from the pulpit. Why? Because guess what? He's looking at the congregation. And what do he see in the congregation? You know who he see. He see Monet, Moet, Dynamite, Lala, Wet Wet. All of them that worked last night.
Right. That he rained on.
Right.
That he rained on.
Recycling the dollars. The pan got a bunch of ones in it because they just came from work. Now, what if this girl don't know nothing else but how to go get that money that way in order to pay for her to learn a different skill to get the money the right way? You're gonna judge her for the way she went?
Which is what a lot of girls, a lot of dancers up here, that's what they do. They paying their way to school. You know, they're not. Yeah.
You know what? You don't have to tell me because I had a close friend, right? I'm just gonna go by her first name. Her first name was Dana, right? She was the dream, the Stephanie Mills height, the Stacey Dash face, and the Janet Jackson doggone I'm so shy.
Okay.
She was all of that. Body was unreal, like he wanted to touch and see it, you know, like poke it. Like, are you real? You know what I'm saying? But
right.
Yes, I wanted that woman. But when I seen why that woman was dancing, because I never had the desire, I have the mentality to date a dancer, but I don't choose date a dancer. But then I seen that one, and I'm like, I could see past all that. And see you when you get off work type. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But that came because I took the time to look inside her intellect than versus what she was doing to doggone collect her money.
Right.
And come to find out today, as we speak on this show right now, she is a college professor.
How about that? Okay.
But I never cast judgment, and I never pursued her like a piece of meat. Once I found out who she was, I became her friend. And her last part of her graduating, okay, from Spelman, I assisted. Because even her family was hating on her path.
Okay.
But I assisted, not asking for nothing in return. Am I proud? Yeah, because that black woman making a difference in thousands of other doggone black people's lives right now today.
Okay.
And guess what? God used me as a vessel right to her.
Okay.
So if you want to talk about, like how we spoke tonight, we had a conversation tonight over dinner about lineage. If you want to talk about lineage of survival and steps that you take to get where you're going, sometimes you got to look and don't realize that, yeah, Jesus is where your help come from. But Jesus had to use somebody down here as a vessel to get that help to you.
Participate in the miracle, honey.
And that's why I say all the time, everything that we go through, every victory that we have, even between you and I, brother, I give it to him. Because he opens up doors for us. He turns stuff, he switches things around. The gas light is on right now with the projects we got going on.
Right.
Matter of fact, I didn't even share with you. We are registered worldwide distro on the distro key thing right now.
Okay. Okay.
And tonight, everything is through TikTok for royalty status.
Okay. Okay.
So February 3rd is the drop.
Oh, okay. Well, this is the perfect segue. Okay. Well, hold on.
But
hey,
but don't judge me.
Okay. Right. Okay.
You see where I was headed, right?
Okay.
Don't judge me.
Hold on. Where's the thing? Okay. Thank you. Wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. I gotta cancel that and I gotta redo it.
Well, people don't know. Long story short.
Come on.
Yo, Red, got one, man. What up, bro? I think they're gonna hate it here. City Shuffle, remember, add your flair to it. We're gonna get this in, so we're gonna start with the basic steps. Just gonna show you a little bit, and then we're gonna walk through it, alright? So we're gonna do like this. Take it back to the right. All night, now move it on. How you doing? It's Frank White. City Shuffle. Here we go. Here's the instructional step by step. Everything's 4 count. 4 count to the left, 4 count to the right, 4 count to the back, double kick left, right, half turn. Here we go. I'm gonna start to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you're gonna take it back. You're going 1, 2, 3, 4. When you get there, then you're gonna kick. Then you're gonna turn. turn, then you're gonna half turn, then you're gonna take it back. Bam. Then take it back. Now you're gonna start back from the top, back to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. Then we're gonna take it back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kick. 1, 2, 3. Double kick. 1, 2, 3, 4. Double kick. Now you're gonna turn. When you come out that's kick, you're gonna just keep going. 1, boom, half turn. Then you're going back. Bam, 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 bam. After that, on the top, just take it back to the left. That's the steps. City shuffle. Remember, add your flair to it. Represent your city. Take it back to the right. All night, now move it on back. Way back. Step it on back. Way back. Now kick, right, left kick. Just kick, left, right kick. To the left. Take it back to the right. All night, now move it on back. Way back. Step it on back. Way back. Now kick, right, left kick. Just kick, left, right kick.
And there we have it. Now, hold on. This is the first time that I've shared a video file. So do I click out? Oh, okay. Yeah, I can remove it. There we go. Okay. So there we are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And for those of y'all who don't know what that is, honey, that was the instructional tutorial, honey, for the new dance craze that's about to hit called the City Shuffle. And that there is Suede, darling, doing their thing, honey. So listen.
Yes, I am 1/3 of Suede.
Okay. Yes, darling. So now, I'm gonna put that up on my YouTube and on my Facebook pages and carrying on, honey. So listen, there's a challenge that's going out, honey. We want you to get all your crews and stuff together. Y'all learn the steps, honey, and then rep your city. This is called the City Shuffle, honey. So we need to see the differences between a Fort Lauderdale, honey, and Los Angeles, honey. We need to see the differences between Daytona Beach, child, and San Francisco. Okay. We know the differences between Dallas, Texas, child, and Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Okay. Rep your city and rep it sweetly, honey. Okay. And the challenge is this, honey. Those of y'all put up on your TikToks and carrying on, and it's going to be hashtag City Shuffle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hashtag City Shuffle. And then what's going to happen is when they get ready to do the video, they're going to choose the best dancers or the best crew. And if y'all local, honey, you're going to come to us. If y'all abroad, we're going to come to you. Okay? And you will be in the video. Okay, so how fun is that?
Mm-hmm.
How fun is that? Princess, you had this comment up earlier. I wanted to, man, everybody knows some of those church girls were the undercover freaks because they were the preacher's kids or the deaconess's kids or something similar. How about that? Okay. So here, that was cute. That was a cute segue. Now let's go into here because, yeah, this whole grown and gospel, honey. Yeah, I got reservations on that. Okay, I got strong reservations on that. Okay. But here I want to get into. Oh, let's do this first because I still want to keep it light before we get real heavy. How many of y'all remember Schoolhouse Rock? Now, you know what? A few years ago, we had did a show on Schoolhouse Rock, and I would play it, but they would ding that for real because they would try to get me on a copyright infringement or whatever. So I'm not going to play any of the things. However, this coming Wednesday, February 1st, on ABC television, honey, they are doing a 50-year anniversary sing-along on ABC. Okay, I got to make sure I set my DVR because I want to catch that. And it's going to introduce Schoolhouse Rock all over again. Okay. And I think this is going to be so much fun. And that there, Schoolhouse Rock, honey, was a way for us to have cartoon fun. It was safe cartoons, you know, on Saturday mornings and things. It was educational. And we were learning without realizing that we were learning. You understand? Because it was fun. It was a cartoon. And I know for real, for me, the preamble to the Constitution, honey, I always knew it because I was singing from the Schoolhouse Rock. Okay. Here in this day and age of education, where education has gone to hell in a handbasket for real, and the curriculums, honey, are just not up to snuff. We are looking for something that's going to excite our kids again, honey. Make them want to learn, make them want to explore. You know, Interplanet Janet, honey, what's the shit, honey? Okay, to take you into the galaxy and let you want to learn the planets and carry it on. You know, that was a science. Okay. We got the legislative one, honey. Y'all want to know about bills, honey? Okay, hey, how come this can't get passed? Well, here, I'm just a bill, and I'm only a bill, and I'm sitting here on Capitol Hill. Okay, that there was everything, honey. Parts of the speech. You want your nouns? A noun is a special kind of word, okay? Like any name you ever heard, I find it quite interesting that a noun is a person, place, or thing. Ah, okay. Okay.
And I pulled out my adjective.
Don't you unpack one, honey? You gonna unpack an adjective?
Yeah. It was a scary bear. It was a hairy bear.
Right. Okay. Ah, come on now. Okay. Interjections, so excitement, so emotions. Okay. So when you're happy, hooray, or sad, or glad, rats, excited, wow, or glad, hey, and if you start the sentence right, okay. Yes, God. Okay. Now my two favorites were verb and women's suffrage, honey.
No, mine was conjunction, junction. What's your function? Boy, that was
words of phrases and clauses. Ow! Okay. Edward came in. Edward just came in. He just said that. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you don't feel, honey. Oh, the American melting pot. Okay, you like that? The American melting pot. Okay. Right. Okay.
Yeah, he grew. You right on that. I'm only a bill, and I'm sitting here on Capitol Hill.
Okay, yes. Figure 8.
Oh my God. I forgot.
And double 4 is number 8. Yes, child.
I forgot about that. Oh,
baby, listen.
Hey, Edward Washington, good job.
That was always the shit, honey. But Verb was always mad because the child who sang Verb, I met him.
Oh, did you?
God. Oh no, wait a minute. No, he wasn't the same. I met the guy who sang Good Times.
Oh.
That's who I met. I met the guy who sang the Good Times over here at the Western Atlanta airport. And I was trying to, I saw him, we shook hands with him, and I didn't know who he was. And right as he was going to his car, somebody said, that's the guy who sang Good Time. I was like, what? Okay. I'm looking for the guy who sang Verb. Okay, that's what's happening. I can take a noun and bend it, give me a noun. Backball, rake and plow. I can take and really send it. Show me how. Oh, I don't know my own power. Ooh. I do my thing in action. Verb. To cook, to heal, to run, to fly. That's what's happening. I love that shit. Okay. And women's suffrage, honey. Suffrage, honey. Because we were suffering before suffering. Oh, not a woman here can vote no matter what age. Till the 19th Amendment struck down that restrictive rule. All right. So now we pull down on the lever. Yes. So on Wednesday, February 1st, on ABC television, they are going to do the 50th anniversary of Schoolhouse Rock. Mork and Mindy cartoon. Oh, you remember Mork and Mindy cartoon? Fonz and the Happy Days cartoon. Yeah, that was dumb, but I remember that. Smurf and Dungeons and Dragons cartoons. Come on now, the Smurfs. Okay, of course the Smurfs, honey. Everybody wanted to be damn Papa Smurf. I got so tired of so many Papa Smurfs. What's your nickname, Papa Smurf? Oh, child. You ain't even Papa Smurf's worthy. Okay. Okay.
That ain't what you said.
Yes, it is. I did. If it wasn't Papa Smurf, everybody wanted to be Smurfette, honey. I'm like, bitch, girl. Smurfette had a curve to her little body, honey. She's a cartoon. Bitch, you are sticks. You're a broomstick with arms.
I want to be Smurfette. Translation. I want to be a hoe.
Right. Hello. Okay. Yeah, Brainiac, Brainy Smurf, and Vanity, honey, were the two queens, child, of the bunch. Okay.
Now that is funny.
Yeah, well, they were, honey. Miss
That
Brainy Smurf, honey, she got on my nerves because she was annoying as fuck. Okay. And then Miss Vanity, honey, with her mirrors and things, that bitch stayed there. Okay. So if you're happy, hooray, or sad, oh, or frightened, eek, or mad, rats, excited, wow, or glad, hey, and interjection starts the sentence right. That's my shit, honey. Oh, so yeah, that there was cute. So that's cute. That's cute. So we got all the fun out the way, I think. Wait a minute, let me make sure, because y'all know when I write this stuff up to give y'all what the show's gonna be about on the Facebook page, honey, I forget, right? So I always have to go in to see what the hell I wrote, so I know what we're gonna do. I need to start just having my little cue cards, but I think I'm all that.
I warned you about that, and I gave you an idea, and you ain't activated it yet.
But what?
Big View.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Set it on your phone, and everything's right there.
Yeah. And I still got the thing up here, the tab.
Yeah,
it's up here.
Big View. You put that Big View on there, and that's all the cue cards you need.
Okay. The Scooby and Scrappy Doo show. Yeah, Scrappy honey was the two, and Scrappy Doo was everything.
I'm gonna tell you who I used to like. What was his name? The car, the speed buggy.
Okay.
Yeah. But here's a classic for y'all that everybody I know loves.
Okay.
Captain Caveman.
blame the teenagers. Right. Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Groove say the Ewoks. Okay, come on, Ewoks. Now, okay, we had some fun. We got a little laugh in, and I'm going to get serious now because last night I
said, who slapped her? Come on.
Okay, last night I could not really verbalize everything, and I told you I had 4 glasses of wine at the game, honey, because you know when we go in, because I got season tickets, I got VIP tickets. We get the little wristband, right? Wait a minute, do I have one? Yeah. Okay, we got a little wristband. Okay, and on this they have 2 little. You have a 1 and a 2, so we get to have a cocktail. Okay. Beer or wine, you know, we don't have to pay for it because it's included on this. If we want harder stuff, you have to pay for that, right? So I said, okay, they have Moscato, and they got this brand of Moscato. It's really cute, okay? I said, okay. So I took my 2, and I told them to give me mine because I trying to drink them. You got to use your tickets before the end of the 3rd quarter, okay? Because that's when everything shuts down. So I come in, I had mine. At the half, Marcus didn't drink. Okay, I said, you gonna drink or whatever? He said, no, just give me some water and a Sprite. I said, okay. So I took his 2 tickets and went to go get 2 more. I'm like, okay. So last night when we were talking about this, y'all saw me closing my eyes and carrying on. A lot of y'all thought I was dozing off. A couple times I did. That's just, okay, being transparent. But I was closing my eyes and I was just sitting up here shaking my head because I just was in such an emotional state. And I could not put everything into words. I told you last night I wanted to scream, I wanted to cry, I wanted to this, that, and the other. But today I had an interesting conversation. It started off at work, of course. And then Avery called me today. And Avery was like, listen, sweetie. He says, here's something I want you to think about. He said, what about the parents of the police officers? He said, because all of them are 34 and under, all 5 of them. What about their parents? Okay. He said, what are they going through to where all of their lives they had to tell them how to conduct themselves with the police? Because they are a post-Rodney King era. They are post-Rodney King. So their parents had to give them the talk of how to conduct themselves with police officers and this, that, and the other, blah, 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 blah. Then you became the police. Now you have become enemy number motherfucking 1. Because what I was protecting you from and trying to shield you from with the Rodney King incident, you have just created that for some other boy and another black man at that. What are all 5 of their parents and their family members, what are they going through right now? I said, damn. You know what? I didn't give that a second thought because my mind is at what's his name? Tyrell. I want to get his name right. I'm fucking that up. Let me say his name right, honey. Tyree Nichols. His name is Tyree. I'm sitting up there thinking about Tyree's mother because that pierced me. And it still does. That pierced my soul when she said my baby was 50 or 80, whatever it is. I think somebody said 80 yards away from his home. And watching that video, my baby called for me and I didn't hear my baby. That's her only child. The amount of suffering that they inflicted on this young man, for him to have been laid up in a hospital for 3 days and died on that 3rd day from injuries, that there was a slow, intentional death. Every time when I hear them call him all kinds of bitch asses and motherfuckers and carrying on, every time I hear that, and to watch them and how they snatched him out that car. Why did you snatch this man out of a car? Because he wouldn't get out? That's not your training. You don't take nobody out the damn car because they didn't obey you. Hell, if you don't want them to go nowhere, slash the goddamn tire so the tire don't move. The car can't move. What in the hell is this? And here, my biggest question to everybody who dons a badge and have the authority to do anything, my biggest question is this: why did you never answer the goddamn question? When people are asking you, what did I do? Officer, what's wrong? What happened? What's going on? Why don't you ever answer the goddamn question?
All right. They don't answer the question, Meech, because they don't have an answer. Let me explain something. From the time that they touch the quarter panel, anybody who ever been in law enforcement, if you ever notice, when the police walks up to your car, they touch the back quarter panel.
Right.
Before they come up to your window and say something to you, they touch the back quarter panel of your car.
Yeah.
That's to leave their fingerprints on the car in case you take off and they can find the car. Okay. Now, they stop you for, let's say, profiling, right? Situations.
Right.
Okay. They really don't have anything. So there's no answer to that question. They're trying to build a case from the moment they touch the doggone quarter panel.
Right.
Because they look through the back window, they look through the side window, they get to your window, then they ask for your credentials without answering none of your questions.
Right.
Asking for your credentials without saying what the issue is really a bully tactic on their side.
Exactly. Exactly.
So people don't know no better that you don't have to surrender anything.
This is true.
Because any identification that you needed, you got when you ran my place.
They bonded out.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that, but okay. Not necessarily surprising. It's just that just to hear that, it just pisses me off. It's just enough to piss you off.
Because it pisses you off because in the reverse world, you wouldn't have a bond.
Exactly. Not and not before going to court.
You wouldn't have a bond.
Right.
Your charge would be an MD, no bond.
Oh, wait a minute. That wasn't supposed to hit me like that, Jesus. Oh, that wasn't supposed to hit me like that. I'm sorry.
America, we have not overcome. And if you think we have overcome, then you just as stupid as the reflection in your mirror.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just went back to my son, that's all. And trying to get him out.
You don't have to remind me. You know what I'm going through right now.
That wasn't supposed to hit me like that, but I think that's why I'm I'm just very emotional over this case because it's so unnecessary. Completely and truly unnecessary. Now, from what I'm understanding, all 5 of these cops are on some kind of special tactics force, but looking at the uniforms, I say, okay, yeah, y'all narcs or something, because he had one had on a hoodie or some little shits or whatever, you wasn't in standard uniform. And I went, okay, so why did y'all attack?
Street name. Jump Out Boy. You hear me?
Uh-huh.
That force that they use is considered Jump Out Boys, and a lot of times they 4 deep in a car.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, they're driving nice sports cars. They have seized from some drug bust.
Exactly.
Or on the tent, right. And the windows are limousine tint. So they're actually literally riding through a neighborhood, seeing what they call suspicious, prolificatory situations, and they jump out, and they are totally aggressive, disobeying, just disrespecting all rights of human beings.
See, you know what? I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this out loud. I'm gonna say this out loud. Everybody want to be Denzel's character in Training Day. Okay. So they could sit down there and say King Kong ain't got shit on me. Okay. And all of that for that little piece of power, that little piece of whatever that is. I'm sitting up here. I'm in awe because I said this last night. Tyree's mom said in an interview, she said, well, I believe that my son was here on an assignment. And this particular incident happened to have been him fulfilling the assignment, and God called him home. You understand? And then I just listened to her say that. It took me back to my mom when we lost my brother. And Mama didn't say that, but what she said was, what brought her peace is that my brother just died. He just dropped. He wasn't in no pain and nothing. He wasn't murdered. He wasn't killed. He just dropped, and God just took him, and his body just dropped to the ground. She said, that's how I'm able to deal with my baby gone. And listen to this mother. And then when Avery sit up here and put this other thing on me today, when he said, what about the 5, their parents? Because now their sons have become the boogeyman. You know, what is that conversation like? What is it? And then here is the thing that I didn't see. There's one of the videos, because they released all 4. Okay, 4 video from the different shots. It's 2 body cams. Okay, from what I'm understanding. And then there's 2 that were the street lights, from the city cameras that don't have audio. Okay. But what was going on, someone said that you can see in the street cam that the one guy put his damn body camera down on the ground, took it off and put it on the ground to make like it fell off him. I said, I didn't see that. He said, yeah, you see that in the tape. He put his on the ground to make it look like that they dropped it in the struggle. And so while they're saying, don't stop resisting, quit resisting, blah, 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 they're actually tagging this boy and whooping his ass. Now, what is just completely infuriating me is the fact, and I keep saying this because one of the guys' name happens to be Demetrius, right? And I'm saying it better not be him that did this, but every time I say that, my spirit's like, yeah, it was him. When he come up, they already got the boy in handcuffs and on the ground. But that motherfucker took his foot and kicked that baby in his face. And then walked behind him and kicked him again like he was stomping him in his motherfucking back. For one other officer to pop his Slim Jim. And he popped that damn baton and then come around and start beating that baby in his back with that damn metal baton. He's already in handcuffs. Okay. And I was like, when I saw that, that's probably what right when I turned it off, because I couldn't take no more, right? And then because it's not having sound, it was fucking with me. Now, my coworker told me that in the video you see when the ambulance pulled up and got out the car or whatever, but he says they did not administer treatment. They sat there talking to the police officers and did not administer treatment. And it said that those two people got fired too. I haven't seen that part of the tape yet, honey, but okay. So the question is, where do we go from here? How do we come back from this? Because if there's a comeback at all, where and why doesn't every police department across this country have a permanent mental health component to where these officers could come in and decompress so that their rage and their anger and their bad judgment calls do not take them into this kind of rage on the streets? This is all mental health here. Okay. Now, I said something earlier today because I said, let's take a look at this. Okay. How many of them officers, and I don't know how long they've been on the force. I don't have that information because I did not do the research on them. But how many of them officers, how long they've been on the force? Okay. How many of them, how many times have they tried to be Mr. Nice Guy? And they had one of the little smart criminals, that outsmarted them and they got away, or they missed them in the chase or whatever the case may be, and they go back to the office, okay, and then you get razzed on by the other police officers. You ain't nothing but a punk. You scared out there on the streets of blah 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 blah. And they taking a cute verbal lashing and being ridiculed for literally botching the job. Okay, so who's to say that this time I got to prove something? You know what I'm saying? I'm out here trying to prove, this one ain't gonna get away this time. You know what I'm saying? That's mental health, because that done worked on your fucking self-esteem to where now you got to prove something to not only yourself, but you're trying to prove to your fellow officers that you ain't the punk or whatever, or the softy that they done made you out to be around the station. Okay? What is all of, and I said, and it's not a far-fetched thing, because we see it all we see short officers with that goddamn Napoleon complex. I see it all the time, because I've had a couple challenge me. You think because you're tall, I can't knock your big ass down. That's a Napoleon complex. What does my height got to do with anything, boy? A man?
Well,
okay.
That's a problem. I'm gonna tell you what a big problem is in law enforcement. You can't take who you are, where you come from, and what you've been through to work wearing a badge.
Okay.
And a lot of times you're going to come across what is described to you or deemed as a threat in this world.
Okay.
That's absolutely the total opposite.
Right.
Not a threat at all. It's like I recently been pulled over. I told you that, didn't I?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I got pulled over by one of the Rainbow Children. But he didn't know how to take me.
Mm-hmm.
Because not only did I clock your T, I gave you respect as a police officer. And then I gave you a pound as a man. You know what I'm saying? All right, stay on the job, player, and kept it moving.
Right.
Reason I do things like that when I see the window of opportunity.
Right.
Because it's a mental health thing for them. I put him in another, for the next person he stops, I just put him in a calm down space.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Chill out. Everybody ain't a devil.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I put him in that space because he literally walked back. He was like, all right, you know, boom, boom. I mean, fist bump, boom, okay, boom, boom, boom. He didn't give me no ticket or nothing. But at the same time, he going.
Right.
You know, you're like, okay. It's not what I expect. Right, because you cannot say we all fit the description.
Right.
That right there, we need to learn how to do when it's time to do it. Sometimes we get in a position and get sucked into their bad day.
Exactly. That's very true.
The minute you recognize that, I'm gonna be honest with you. The minute you recognize that, you're gonna, how can I say it? You're gonna be in a position where you may be able to de-escalate the situation and have an authoritative person come out to mediate the situation.
Right. Right.
Or you may have to escalate the situation and just, you know, take a leap on faith with God. Take off to the station.
Okay.
But it has to be that bad. If they start tugging on your door and jerking on the door and you haven't escalated not one thing of anger,
right,
and start beating your window, pull off.
Okay.
Pull off.
Ridiculous.
Go to a station. I tell people all the time, don't take off running and try to outrun the police. Before you get to the whatever the closest police station, I don't care if it's 2 blocks, get there.
Okay.
Because what they're not going to do is do it there.
Right. Right. Here's something else. Here's something else to consider for discussion purposes. Okay. I've recently been called a racist.
You are.
And I'm like, okay.
But you are.
Okay.
You don't believe it?
I don't care.
I swear. You know what? Well, I swear, if I could reach you right now.
And the reason being is because in this instance right here, I'm going to connect these dots. I'm going to go here first. All you anti-Black Lives Matter children who only said that folks only want Black lives to matter when there's white cops who injure Black people. Y'all don't never come, Black Lives Matter don't never come out when it's black on black crime and blah, 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 blah. And this, da. What are we calling this? Because this black on black, okay, policemen on this, on civilian, and it's a murder, it's a police murder. Okay, where is your outrage? Because see, now I want you to now tell me that Black lives don't matter. I want you to tell me that now. Because now we got one dead, but we got 6 total that's about to have, that's about to end up losing their lives in the way that they know it. Okay, 1 is dead for sure because they killed them. But now these young men, and all of them are very handsome, okay, about to go up into the joint, honey, for the rest of their lives. Okay, 20 years minimum. Okay, for murder. Where is the, I want to hear these anti-Black Lives Matter children come out and say something now with this. I want to hear that same energy and that same fervor that you kept saying, oh no, Black lives don't matter. Okay, I want the people that said Blue Lives Matter. I want the Blue Lives Matter children to come out and say something about this case right here. Come on, Blue Lives. I need you bitch motherfuckers to come out and say something. Wait a minute, let me solo, because goddamn it, I done hit something.
Lord.
I need for you to come out and come from behind that goddamn blue wall of silence. I need for you to sit down and explain this to the American people, if you can. See, because when y'all thought it was just white cops on black folks and carrying on, it was a whole different motherfucking conversation. Okay? Because y'all were trying to protect your image. Y'all were trying to say, oh, I'm an American and blah, blah. Y'all trying to hold the flag and this, that, and the other. But see, it's no longer about black and white. See, it's this blue against whatever, fill in the blank. Because this is blue on black. This is blue on black. You understand me? So Blue Lives Matter, I need for all you motherfuckers to come out. Tell me about this. Tell me what's going to happen to your 5 brethren, honey, who just... Tell me.
You're going to transfer to Cali.
Tell me.
I just told you.
Damn it. What'd you say they're going to transfer to Cali? Shut up, fool. Wait a minute. Let me go these comments. Let me go. They want an unreasonable excuse to inflict pain on you or kill you for no reason. Nasty bullies, they're going to hell when God comes down or they'll die, okay? Okay, look how swift justice was served because all the players were sacrificially black. And we have white cops who kill black folks either went free or haven't yet either been given a trial date. How about that? Okay, it's your grief out front now. Yeah. The revolution will be televised, but it's going to be a cultural war, black against black. And this was the fuel. Okay, that's very interesting. That conversation as far as their parents is going to be a huge bitch. Okay, yes. Okay, he's going to hell when he dies, and the people in prison where he's at, I hope, are gonna deal with his ass now. That's what I'm talking about with the parents. How is it that the parents got to sit down there and think all these horrific things about their child going to prison? Okay, it wasn't a mental health issue, but mob mentality. Same thing. Mob mentality is mental health, child. Okay, not clock this T. I love that. Okay, I'm anti-Black Lives Matter because it doesn't matter to the black living. Interesting. That's an interesting perspective. Expound on that a little bit.
He got to go. Yeah, to go.
Oh, I gotta go. Oh, see, yeah, you know I'm gonna put your ass in that hot seat. Okay. I'm gonna put your ass in that hot seat. Okay. Oh
boy.
But yeah, this is where I am with that. And then let me go here because again, stand on this I'm racist thing. Okay. Because I had a conversation with DC over on the other radio show that I do The Money Train, honey, with DC on Wednesdays at wait a minute, let me put the little thing up here. My other show, I do this on Wednesdays. Y'all see that? From 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Time at mix106radio.com. Go there. You can hear the show every Wednesday with DC and myself. And we were discussing Black empowerment and carrying on. And I was saying, you know, whenever we have these kinds of discussions, Black empowerment, here we are, we're talking about police brutality and how we as Black African Americans, Africans, American descendants of slaves, how about ADOS, whatever the term is that y'all feel most comfortable with identifying in this country. Okay. Whenever we talk about Black empowerment, how we can do better for ourselves, how we can galvanize resources so that we can build us.
Unknown caller.
Boy, okay.
Okay. Whenever we galvanize and we'll talk about galvanizing resources and wanting to get out to make some shit happen, it always seems as though our Caucasian counterparts only want to hear that we're being racist because we call them out. We're like, how is it that you are that stern in not wanting to see everybody matriculate and achieve? You know, every time we talk about the system, okay, when we talk about this system, the current system, and how all these loopholes are set in the damn system to where Blacks in this country, and I'm specifically saying Blacks in this country, because we're the only organization or only group of people who cannot seem to excel as a group. Now we have wonderful exceptions. We living in an era where we have the most Black millionaires ever. Okay, hip hop music is a part of that. Those who are entrepreneurs are a part of that, who have been able to pull themselves up and to make some shit happen. So as far as opportunities and stuff are concerned, that's cute, right? But I'm talking about us as a whole, as an entire community. Okay, we don't have, and we said this on the show before, in every major town somewhere, you got little Chinatown, you have Mexican Village and carrying on, or whatever the case may be, to where our Asian community, our Latino community, and our Chaldean community, okay, the Middle Easterners, those three always seem to have a pocket where they have created and called their own. African Americans don't. We're the only group of people that still do not have a collective source where we could call our own. And every time we've tried to build it, damn it, y'all came and destroyed it. We have too many stories about, everybody want to go back to Tulsa, Oklahoma, which is probably the most famous one. But hell, Detroit, we had Black Bottom. Okay? We had Black Bottom there. Here in Atlanta, it was Auburn Street. Okay? To where we were centralized and had a community where we had our own businesses and this and that was centralized to where the money was circulating and we were able to thrive as a people, not just individually. We were able to thrive as a people. Okay? Every time we sit down and talk about this and talk about how the system is set up to where we can't thrive. Look at this housing system now. How in the hell can anybody get a house now? It is very difficult for everybody to anybody to get a home. Y'all did the predatory lending shit and carrying on that targeted Black folks. Y'all have redlined and carrying on to where y'all section off the city to make it so you can tell where the Black folks are. That's systematic. And every time we talk about the system, then it becomes, oh, you shouldn't be talking like that because that's racist. No, you don't like the fact that I said, listen, one of the things about white supremacy is this, that everybody gets wrong. Okay? everybody think that white supremacy means they don't want you to have nothing. No, that's not what that is. Supremacy is conjugated from the word supreme. Okay, supreme is and superior. Okay, because white superiority is. I'm not saying that you can't have. You just can't have more than me. You can't be better than me. Okay? Which is why, okay, yeah, y'all can have a house, but your house can't be better than mine, which is why all of the damn land. Have y'all ever noticed that white landlords have been slumlords? They never came to fix up the damn houses. Never came to fix up the damn houses. Now y'all can sit there and say, "Oh, well, black folks don't do it, don't fix up their houses either." You're right. And why is that? Because again, systematically, we don't have all of the capital. Folks jump into trying to be landlords because they don't watch the damn real estate course on fucking late night television, their infomercial. You spent all this money to get Carlton sheets or whatever the damn thing is to sit there and teach you how to flip a goddamn house, or how you could get residual income by being a landlord, and then you get this child who's on Section 8, Section 8, because that's a government subsidy. So you sit up there and make this rent astronomical for this little shack, okay, knowing that they only going to pay 1/3, okay? She's only going to be responsible for 1/3 of that because based on her income. So if you made this house $1,500, she only paying $500 a month, which means you getting $1,000 from the government because they give you the kickback. Okay, so now where's that money going? Because most of the time y'all done paid off on the house, or you done put down a substantial amount of money. No, let me take that back. That's not most of the time. I said I'm dealing with folks who couldn't afford to get the house in the first place. No, you sit up there trying to pay a mortgage on the house that you didn't have the cash for. Okay, so now you sit up here trying to do something with a house, and then all of a sudden, folks didn't pay the rent. Okay, and so now you're scrambling because you still got to pay the mortgage on that property. You still got to pay the property taxes. Okay, so as far as repairs and shit are concerned, fuck that house. You ain't gave me my money. Okay, knowing she can't afford to move nowhere else. So her and her 6 kids got to sit up here and live in a house that's falling apart. That ADC or whatever the child welfare service is will end up telling her, "Oh, this is unsuitable for the child or the children." So now they force you to move. And so now you got to come up again with first month rent, security deposit, and second month's rent to move in.
Which is another thick piece of red tape created by the government.
Hello.
No, not created, approved by the government.
Right. Oh, I like
because
that.
if they had your best interest at heart, they would regulate the rent and they would regulate what it takes to get into the properties.
Exactly. So why is it that I'm racist? Because I sit up there and say these things, and I say it because it proves. And if you're not one of these people who have that mentality, why is it that your go-to is to tell me that I'm racist versus saying, "Hey, you know what? That doesn't apply to me, but I see your point. I can see how you derived it. Can we have a conversation?" Okay. Y'all calling me all kinds of racist shit and carrying on and saying that I had no business saying that. How come every time I talk black empowerment, I don't have a right to say it? Because I'm going to tell you something. It ain't never racist when you sit up there and throw back in our face the kind of crime that goes on in the black community. That ain't racist. But anytime we talk about fucking black empowerment,
there's a difference when you speak on certain subjects and you carry a plethora of melatonin, or melanin, I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Versus the people that are depleted of melanin. You know what I'm saying? When they,
right.
You got to remember, you know what I'm saying? There's the with, that would be us, and the without. Okay. The withouts are mad, not because we're black. They're mad because they're not black.
How about that?
The biggest problem in the development of racism, when one culture has a problem with the other one, is the fact that they don't have the mental and spiritual and physical tools of the other culture.
Right. Right.
And racism is not just based on color. It's deeper than that.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
If it wasn't so much deeper, then we would be offended not by nigger, but just by the word black.
How about that? Right. You know what? I always wonder how they come up with black and I'm with a brown skinned person. I'm like, black, but I'm brown.
Well, because I'm explaining. Oh, I'm so glad you asked. Look. So the reason they use the terminology black goes back over 400 years, right?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Because black is considered to be that of the descriptive nature of dirty.
Dirty, yes. Yep.
Yeah. So when you have black, negro, negro, get it?
Right.
All of those terms, if you look them up, they're going to lead you back to dirty, unclean, filthy, smudged.
Right. Yeah.
White is pure and unturned.
Light. Yeah.
So
they said that to try to shut you up. Now, child, everybody who knows me and everybody who learning to know me know that ain't gonna happen.
You cannot shut me up with King Kong's penis. Okay, I'm just gonna say that. Now.
Hell no, because if it's sitting right now, that whoa. Anyway.
Okay. You know what? I said I was gonna stop picking at you. You done got so immune to me that it don't even make sense for me to say nothing. It's like I throw it at you and all of a sudden I get hit in the face with it.
Okay. Yes,
good
God.
job, brother.
Today.
Good job. Yeah. Good job. Well, yeah, but at the end of the day, man.
Wait, Princess. She said, let's stay on topic, hon.
Shipmate.
Okay.
That's my baby.
That's funny. That's funny.
But yeah.
Okay.
Look, man, all I know is there's never been a change. There's always just been a filter or a lens or some type of cover up.
Oh, that is so good.
That's just what it is.
God, I love that you said that.
I'm saying it because it's what it is. I'm not saying it because I have found comfort in it. I'm not comfortable with it. Because regardless of the changes that I make in my life and everything, I'm still, I'm still working on myself. I'm a work in progress. I'm a work in progress. It's honestly because I can't promise you that even though I am following the ministerial life, right? Because I feel like I was called to do this. And I do make an impact and a difference in people, and I love helping others.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. That's a high for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, me and Peter got a lot in common.
How about it?
And I will hurt you about the people I love.
Okay.
So I just got, but have you seen You People yet?
No, I'm gonna get into that before I go to bed.
You need to. I watched it, beginning to end.
Mm-hmm.
You need to. And the reason I said that, everything we're talking about tonight is going to take you into a different light of all that.
Okay. Okay.
It's going to give you some comedic flair about it, but it's tasteful.
Mm-hmm.
But when I say your eyebrows are going to raise so much, you're going to think you got a makeup artist standing in front of you. It's like,
okay,
because the way that they flip racism,
right,
through the entire movie,
you're
going to start to remember conversations that you had with other people,
and
realize I might have been a part of a racist situation and did not even recognize it.
And didn't you know what? And I wonder who wrote that, because remember in Boomerang how Martin Lawrence's character was always, where he was saying, you know, if we were white, she'd have said asparagus tips. She said asparagus spears. That's racial, you know.
And the way did you remember the way he described the billiards game?
Yeah. Yeah.
When he described the billiards game, I own my own stick and never took my mind so deep into that game that I saw a nationality for every color of the ball, and the white one was hitting them all. And
but the game ain't over till you sink the 8 ball, the black ball. Okay. And if the white one if the white one goes off the table, that's a scratch, honey. You lose a turn. If the game ain't over, you lose a turn. Game ain't over. You just lose a turn.
Right.
But the game is over once you sink the 8 ball.
Amazing, right? Amazing.
Okay. How about that? Drew, what you say? Mentality, mindset, good, evil. The problem is y'all see people and can't open up their brains like pop bottles to look and to see the good and the evil that's really in there. Okay. We must all consistently evolve the best we can. Amen to that. Okay. Yes. We are all work in progress till we get to see God. My own proof. My not close girlfriend called me one day because she knew I was upset. Okay. This woman had no way of knowing I was upset, and I didn't tell her God's work. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna tell you what that is. A lot of times, see, energy transfers. I'm gonna tell you. One of the things that we all know is that energy transfers, and you get to sense somebody else's presence. You sense when something is going on, especially if you can meditate on somebody, you can sit down there. Let me tell y'all something. And see, I don't share this story a lot because it's one of my spiritual gifts. And when you tell folks that you're gifted spiritually, honey, they like to drain you.
Come on, get naked. Let's go. No, nigga, I meant be transparent. Like
I'm sorry. Okay.
I'm gonna need you to Google some shit.
Anyway, here's what this is. Okay. When I'm back home, I have become so in tune, and I need to get back into that particular space. I have not lived in that space like that in a little piece of a minute, but at the same time, it was kind of dangerous for me because my intention behind it wasn't necessarily as pure as it ought to have been. But my housemate at the time, well, before he became my housemate, he always, would get a date or whatever. I was always working overnights. And so instead of him going to pay for a hotel, I said, look, come over and use the house or whatever. I'm not going to be there. You have your privacy and carry it on. He just know what I do. Okay, now listen, don't leave me no damn do-offs. You clean your shit up and carry it on, make my bed back up and call it grace. Everybody thought I was crazy because I let him use my bed to have relations, okay? But here's where this was. I was so in tune with him to where I knew when he got started and I knew when it was over. Because I can feel it. And every time I would call him right when all of my little butterflies were settled. I said, "You done, aren't you?" "How you know?" I said, "Don't worry about that." You know, and Karen, we were so that way to where it was kind of cute in the beginning because the freak in me got off on that shit, right? But at the same time, it became dangerous because the addiction part of my sexual addiction was, if I couldn't have him, I can feel him having somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And that's where it got dangerous. And God had to cut me out of that from him.
Okay. You my brother. And I don't want you to ever tell nobody else that again.
You so stupid. You dumb. You dumb. And you dumb. And you dumb again, honey. He said, "You know what? You my brother. And I love you. Okay. I love you. Okay. But don't you ever tell nobody that one again. Okay. Not that one. Okay.
All I saw was you sitting up with a remote in your hand and folks getting busy in the room. And when they done, you like this.
You know what? It wasn't that. It wasn't like that. It was. You know what? You know what? Now, again, being transparent and talking about spiritual gifts. For those of y'all who don't know, my drag name is Samantha Stevens Divinity. Okay.
Divinity, y'all. Divinity, y'all get that?
Right. Okay. And at the time,
I get a sister and a brother and one person. I ain't got to deal with all y'all.
See there. Okay. And at one particular time, y'all know, remember how on the TV series they could pop up and sit in the clouds and carry on and watch what was going on? I used to be able to astral project myself like that. It was all spiritual, and Karen and I could see like that. But with him, this one particular,
Can you call your man in Detroit and give me some of that?
Wait a minute. Get you high as fuck. He said, "Wait, that's what all that was." Okay, you need to bottle that immediately. Okay. Okay.
Okay, man. I'm sorry, man. I can't.
But but those, well, yeah, okay, that's heebie-jeebie talking. A lot of y'all don't like it when I talk heebie-jeebie, but yeah, I'm able to do that. But with him in particular, I felt like I was doing that. I wanted to pop in on him and carry on, but I never astral projected myself kind of way because I didn't have to. I felt all of that, and because I felt all of that, it was just like being there.
Well, let me tell you something. Through my tirade and plethora of intimate partners through my life, I was sitting here and wondering, or just imagining what it would be like if I connected with all of them like that. Because I'd be walking around like I had doggone Parkinson's.
Not Parkinson's.
Because most of them is freaks, and every time I couldn't, because I know about 30 of them is probably buzzing at the same time across the United States. I'm like, I just wouldn't be able to handle it.
Right. You know what? I'm sick of you. Oh, that was good. Oh, that was good. I can't stand it. Okay. Yes, God.
Oh, well.
But yeah, that there was all of that. Okay. But it happens. It happens, and it only happens when you are in tune. You have to be very in tune like that. And because of that, I stopped letting myself become that in tune with people. You know, because sometimes I feel like it's an invasion of privacy. But because of me being in tune, it wasn't. That's just who we were. You know, and if I love you like that, then hell, it was just understanding. And I was at convocation one year, and I remember Mickey said this to me. We went to prayer circle or whatever, and I was kind of going through one of my little things because I didn't necessarily want to have my roommate at the time or whatever. It's just that we had gotten close, and I was looking to be loved. And when I
You
told
been loved,
right.
Go ahead.
I'm not looking at you.
Go ahead.
Okay, I ain't looking at you. And so because I was going through those particular emotions, I was at convocation this year, and I told them the same story. I was like, I don't know what that is, but I know when he's having sex because I can feel it. And Mickey said, So you sitting up there experiencing his joy because you put your own joy on the back burner. And I said, oh, bitch.
So that was more like a walnut joy. It wasn't an almond joy.
You know what? Hell no. No. Yeah. Hey, looking at your ass. No, you do not get the privilege of looking at my face right now. You hear me? You do not have that privilege. I revoke the privilege at this particular moment to look at my face. No.
Walnut. Say walnut joy got nuts. Me don't.
Okay. Well, actually, it's more like cashews, but okay. Right. Okay. Anywho. Okay. But I know, child. I know, honey. I know. I know. I know.
Okay, no, for real, but back to the nuts. Go ahead.
But when he told me that you know, my concentration was more so on his joy than mine. That was part of me coming into my healing with that, and was like, oh wow, you know, and that was a spiritual breakthrough. Huh?
You know how beautiful that sounds?
In the right
mindset.
Yes.
That is a beautiful thing, to think that you could be so in tune with a person, not here, but here.
Right. Here.
And the fact that you can feel the satisfactions that they have without you even being there.
Right.
Bro, that's. You mind if I need that for my book? You mind if I need that, because
it's true. So yeah.
But the level. We can put people up, and I can say, did you tell your significant other that you love them today? If I line up 10 people, 3 of them did. So what makes you love that person so much that you committed to them when you can't even say 3 simple words to them and mean it?
Right. Oh, because, okay. Come on, Stevie.
Because the way to mean those words is to say them for absolutely no purpose or reason at all. It's because you actually feel that way spiritually in your heart. You know what I'm saying? It should be, I love you. It's not an effort. or a moment or a situation or a holiday.
Right. Right.
It's part of your DNA that's contrasted with that person to make you all one.
Mm-hmm.
If you cannot find that, then brother, I hate to break the news to you. That ain't your soulmate.
Oh, how about that? That there was that was at that particular time I was going through all that, though, that had taken me into a realm of my spiritual gifts because I was still growing in them and carrying on. And at that time too, it was also preparing me to be the mother of my house. Okay. Because as the mother of the house of divinity, honey, listen, I could be sleeping. I knew when my kids was doing some shit. Okay. And because and folks didn't believe me when I say it came to me spiritually. I saw it. I literally saw it. And so what I would do with Monty, you know, was preparing me for what was to come with everything else. Okay. With everything else, because I was like, oh, honey. But then and again, I knew part of that was addiction talking because I had to come about of that. Because with him in particular, I was misguiding the love because I would, instead of it being agape, I wanted it to be eros because I felt I was becoming connected. And then there was something else too, because this came out much later. Monty used to fantasize about me, but he fantasized about me at my high school weight. He didn't like big guys. So he liked the 185-pound Demetrius, not the 350 Demetrius. Okay. And
well,
yeah.
You gotta. This is a problem I have with people, period. You have to be accepting to preference.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
You know, sometimes preference can hurt.
Because it's used as it hurts when it's used as a weapon. Because oftentimes what folks say is a preference is usually a prejudice.
Right. That's like me. You've heard me say I like chicken wings. You know that's code.
I know.
You know, okay, right. So at the end of the day, the reason I wouldn't make a big girl my woman, it's not because I couldn't handle her. At least, you know, two big people can't number wrestle anyway. But
speak for yourself.
But I'm saying at the end of the day, that's I could be turned on by you intellectually.
Right.
You can be a very attractive big girl.
Mm-hmm.
But I won't waste your time because I can't promise you zero. There's no performance going to happen intimately.
Right.
My body is so well trained and in tune for what it really likes from up here
mm-hmm.
that a big girl butt naked in front of me, I could only ask you, do you need a t-shirt or your clothes? You know what I'm saying? It's like nothing else crosses my mind.
Right. Right.
I don't see no ooh. I don't see no ooh. Come here. I don't see no touch you.
Right. Right.
You get it? You know, you understand what I'm saying?
Come on. Yes. Look at it front. Okay, you talking to a gay man. Hey, that's the idea of a straight man in the locker room. I'm not looking at you like that. The fuck? You know? There's nothing there, you know,
I got invited. I know this is gonna tickle you. I went out one evening because I used to have these times where I go out and I would have, you know, a libation by myself. You know, I like to roll by myself a lot anyway. So I went, and it happened to be a spot where they had the little dancer girls. You know what I'm saying? And one girl came out, chicken wing. Oh, let me hit the machine. Let me tip her out a little bit. Talk to her. Now there was, you know, a couple of turkey legs in there, right? Now,
Okay, go ahead. I'm trying to.
So, as I was enjoying myself by myself, and every now and then the dancer, because other people really wasn't stripping, tipping or whatever, that person would come sit with me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So one of the turkey legs found some courage to come over and hand me a flyer. And the flyer said BBW All Out Dance Party. And I was looking at the flyer, right? I'm going like this because I refuse to be like these other people that I've met in the southern region that can't read flyers. So I wanted to make sure I understood what I was reading. You know what I'm saying? You can't, I'm not the person you hand a flyer, you'd be like, so where's the party at? No, the address is right there.
Right.
Yeah. Right. So I'm doing this, I'm looking. So the time I put it down on the table. I said, oh, okay, thank you. So she was like, you coming, right? And there was a couple of other turkey legs over the table. And they were just looking. I guess they had to figure out who was coming over there, right? And I was like, I said, well, what exactly? I see it's a party or whatever. I said, y'all gonna have dances or whatever, Like, she was like, yeah. She said, you don't like BBW? So when she said it, I was like, I said, I'm not trying to embarrass myself. I said, what does that mean? And something about beautiful big women or something?
Big beautiful women,
Well, okay, when she said that, she said, big, beautiful women. I was like, oh. She's like, yeah, I'm one of the dancers. And I said, and they dance too? She was like, yeah. I said, oh, okay. I said, I ain't going to promise you that I'll be there. I didn't want to hurt her feelings.
Right.
But I will mention this on my little radio station, and I will let people know. And I'll advertise for you, and,
Right.
And she was like, oh, well, that's fine. She said, you got a radio station and everything? I was like, yeah, I do. Everything. She was like, why are you sitting by yourself? I said, because that's what I love to do. So I'm like, in other words, get away from me. You know what I'm saying? But,
right.
But at the same time, I have a battle going on inside me. Like, okay, I'm not trying to be mean to you. Right. But I'm also not trying to be nice to you because I don't want you to misconstrue it for the fact that I want to see you naked. Okay, I'm not. No.
Right.
So, and when she went over to the table, I was going, wait a minute. Was that a test? Like, already knowing that I don't like that type of woman. Now I've been invited to be in a room full of them naked. And I'm going, why would I do that?
Okay.
Polar sausages are lunch. All right. And you got bacon for breakfast. Why the hell do I need to go up in there being a whole lean steak? I'm trying to figure out, like, I want to say so bad I'm Muslim. I don't eat pork. You know what I'm saying? It's like, but I'm just trying to figure out where did it happen at my lifetime where how you grow up and you see a lot of big women in your life that are controlling factors around you.
Right.
They're respected. What's wrong? Assalamu alaikum. But look, you understand what I'm saying? No, but I'm just saying, baby. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, man, I just don't think no big women now, and you can be beautiful. Hey, I don't take that from you. I've seen a lot of beautiful big women. But stop approaching big men, okay? All right? You know, they came out with the 20-ounce thing of soda, the bottle, right? This bottle right here. They came out with this because big guys were tired of lifting 2 liters. Okay, so we're not going to do that. Okay. All right. I just want to let you know that.
Just pick and choose your battles, girls, honey.
Exactly. Okay. Exactly.
Pick and choose your battles, honey. Read the room, child, because it's just like, listen. You know, the Rainbow Children, you know, we just had MLK weekend and carrying on. And, of course, there were sex parties everywhere, okay? But the thing is... Oh, never mind. I'm sorry. I got distracted. I just thought about something. I'm supposed to be at one, actually. But,
there's sex parties everywhere. Yeah?
Right. But I was saying that the children, honey, everywhere, you know, you had to pick and choose it, baby, because sometimes they would sit there and have some that are just specifically body beautiful children, honey. You know, they'll tell you that, honey. They don't want you, you know, if you bigger than the 42-inch waist, honey, this ain't the one for you. Okay, they'll tell you that all day. Okay. And et cetera, et cetera. But yeah. Oh, they'll get very specific. Very, 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 very specific.
But and it's so crazy because sometimes I think about that, right? And I'd be like, am I wrong? But then I think about the different stages of life I've been through because in high school, I wouldn't date nothing that wasn't almost a porcelain doll, but she had to be black. Like I was a mixed girl fanatic. You know I like high yellow girls. And if you was chocolate or whatever, dark, and you were chasing up behind me or be in my face, and I could be like, I'd be high-fiving you and calling you little sis the whole time. Not a bit more interested in a hug or a kiss or what you doing after school, because I really did not care. You know what I'm saying?
How about that?
But let you be Faith Evans.
Right.
Nothing worse than Janet. Know that your daddy will be looking for me because I have unpurified his little girl.
Have mercy, Jesus.
And that's just who I was. But then I think what happened is sometimes you find out that some chocolate is awesome.
Okay.
Because it took a lot of years of my life to realize what a beautiful chocolate woman was. But guess what that was? I had to deprogram myself. That's slave mentality.
Exactly. Hello. I had to now. I've talked about this before, and I had to learn that about my grandfather. Because, you know, according to him, I'm my daddy's bastard child, honey, and he never really believed that I was my father's child. Okay, because don't nothing that light come out of nothing that dark. And I told you, my cousin, I'm 22 days older than my cousin. And my aunt, who happens to be the same shade of mocha chocolate as my mother, 22 days later, after I was born, brought home a white baby. Now, I was high yellow, okay, and darkened up. But my cousin was a white baby. And because my grandfather's daughter brought home this white child, okay, they gave Tony the world. That's my cousin. He passed. Damn, it'll be 2 years in May. Okay. And my aunt just passed last year, his mom. Okay. I think she grieved herself over him. But anyway, it was something, but I had to learn that about him because someone told me you have to look at life through your grandfather's eyes because where he came from and his experiences, he was looking out for his boys because he never wanted any. He had 10 boys and 2 girls and didn't want none of his boys to have a dark-skinned woman. But I was told you got to look at it from his eyes because where he comes from, that was not a sign of success. He was trying to equip his boys to have success. And I said, damn.
Now, you know what's crazy? You and I had a discussion about the familiarities of our life and our past. As if we spiritual brothers. We are really connected.
Right.
It shows you got a gay man, a heterosexual man that has been through some of the same pains in different avenues.
Right.
But it's been the exact same lessons in life. Because the grandfather position in my life, Papa Tom, right? He was successful and he owned a barbershop and a candy store on double building connected, right? Now, that's where I felt like my issues came from, melted from my father. Because when my father and my uncle, you hear me talk about Uncle Stanley all the time, right?
Yeah.
You know, if I thought he could turn his phone on properly, I would bring him on here to explain these things, to enlighten people at his age. Right. But you could take a young lady. Let's say if I took a young lady with me, right?
Right.
And I went in there and stopping by and I got the girl with me. And let's just say she's Faith Evans, right?
Right.
If I walk in there, he'll be all embraced. Hey, stop by to see Papa Tom, huh? That's up. Hey, introduce you to everybody, right? Everybody. Yeah, look at my grandbaby here. That's his girlfriend right there. Yeah. Hey, how you doing? All those heads, right?
Right.
And he'll slip you $20, $30 and tell you, take that girl to get her something to eat. Take her to the movies or something. Hold on.
Right.
Then let's reverse the situation. I walk in there with Naomi.
Okay.
He gonna speak to me. Hey, how you doing? Hey, fellas, this is my grandson. Blah, 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 right? Well, how you doing today, grandson? Oh, okay. You stopped by to see me. Oh, okay. What's going on? He said, come help me in the back. And you step in the back, and they say the first thing he would say when you step back, he said, boy, don't you ever bring that little dark ass girl around here no more.
Right. Okay.
Not handing you a dime.
Right.
Didn't introduce her to nobody.
Okay.
Nothing. They said that's how he was.
Okay.
So when I'm coming up, my mother being fair-skinned, light-skinned woman. That's what my dad expected. So every time it was, if I had a relationship or if I had some type of interest in somebody that was light, well, not as light, like brown skin or caramel or something, I would catch all kind of issues like it was a problem. But let her be high yellow, like my prom date. Awesome. Not a problem. Thought you was going to see her. How so-and-so doing?
Right.
And come to think of it, my prom date, I would have never have met that girl or dated her if it hadn't been for my father.
Wow.
He threatened to leave me in Beverly Hills if I didn't get the girl number when she walked past the car.
Okay.
He told me I was scared of a girl like that. She was yellow, pretty, Cinderella looking.
Okay.
Went inside one of his people's salon in Beverly Hills. And he said, And when I come back out, better have that girl number. You walking back home. You gonna leave me in Beverly Hills?
Right. So he put you on the spot. Dear God.
And I almost let the girl walk by. I ran to the end of the store when she came out of the store. And when she turned the corner, I was like, he was still inside the other place.
Mm-hmm.
I ran to the end of the building and I hollered out, "Excuse me," and she turned around. From that point, I had no choice.
Right.
But come to find out, I was friends with her first cousin that went to school with me. So she was able to reference me through her own family, and we became a couple.
Okay.
But again, that put me in a situation because I already had a baby coming. My firstborn was already coming.
Mm-hmm.
Feel me?
Yeah.
My firstborn was coming. My dad didn't know about the girl he didn't know I had a baby on the way. And he never got a chance to know that. My mother was the only one who knew that.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't acknowledge the girl that I was with. My firstborn's mother, he didn't acknowledge Tangie because she was a darker complected girl. She wasn't black, but she was
right.
But she was built like Jessica Rabbit.
Uh-huh.
You feel me? Like a 24-inch waist, 32, 32, 32, 24,
right.
32. That was her. And she was older than me. He never acknowledged her. Even times she'd been to see me, whatever. But I am dating somebody exclusively, and you pull that. Now my nose is open with this high yellow girl. She live in Beverly Hills, no doubt, 3 doors down from Farrakhan.
How about that?
Yeah, Daddy had his own mega church, and Mama was one of the doggone people on the board of education for the city of Chicago.
Okay.
So that type of thing right there, was it acceptable pressure to put your child through?
Good question.
You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, was that where my issues came from in the beginning when I wouldn't even talk to a girl that was darker complected?
Right. Possible.
Because before them, you know what I'm saying, before that, every girl was all, bro. When I say every girl in my life, from 9 years old, if you was in my face and we was hanging out every day, one of your parents was Caucasian.
Okay. Okay.
Porcelain dolls. I'll be surrounded by them.
Okay.
And it's crazy. You wonder where that spirit comes from. But again, what I'm getting to is when you call these people saying you're racist, right?
Yeah.
Nobody's racist. We're educated. Now, what we learned may not be the best thing for society and for us to upbring and come through and teach our own children and the further generations. Maybe not be a good thing. But this behavior that all of us are susceptible to is taught behavior.
Yes, yes, and yes again.
So
yes,
I'm gonna have to let y'all go tonight because there's a few subjects this that we done touched on that I need to meditate about. But
okay. Yes, because that was let's do that. I gotta go get something to eat, John. This little Hot Pocket didn't do nothing.
Did you say Hot Pocket?
I did. Hot Pocket.
Bro, you can see us, bro. We can't do no Hot Pocket. We need a hot outfit. The pocket is, we need the whole outfit, bro. You can't do that.
I know. I was trying to be dainty.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
You need a hot backpack. You can't.
Oh, okay. A hot satchel, honey. Shit.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I need I'm so scared. You know my tote and carry bag?
Yeah.
I'm ready to carry. I want to use that with my laptop and my stuff when I go out, but this weather scares me. I don't want to get outside in this rain.
Good evening. Oh, you know what? Did I tell you? I got the blue one. and I got the yellow one.
Ooh, now that I like.
Yeah, I got this one. And because, I like the duffel. So I got this one, and I got the yellow one just like my laptop case. And I got the orange one, too.
You caught one of them sales, huh?
You know it. They were 50% off, child. So I was like, oh, honey, wait a minute. Okay, let's do that right now. And then you sit up there, and then you get on Klarna. Or what? Yeah. Uh-huh.
I want one of those, the duffel bag that's like a gym bag, but it's about this long.
Yeah.
I want the duffel bag like that, the one you can carry through the airport.
Yeah. The roller yeah.
Yeah, I seen a duffel on there where it's big enough where if you go on somewhere for 2 days, you can fit that stuff in there and you don't have to check no bag. I want that bag bad. I want that bag so bad, but I want it in one of them crazy colors. I want it in some type of aqua blue or some yellow, red, something. I want it to pop.
I need to get a red one and a green one, and then I will have all 6 colors of the rainbow. That was my goal. Sit down there and I wanted to have a bag of a piece of something in each color of the rainbow. So
somewhere over the rainbow, and unless you're about them and you're under the rainbow, and y'all.
No, not necessarily.
All right, Flip Wilson. Look.
Okay. Pretzel Bambino, honey.
Pretzel Bambino. All right. Where you going to get something to eat?
I got coupons, honey, so I think I might go up here to Miss Burger King or down here to Miss Rally's.
We need to get you certified because all that moving around at night out there like that, I need to get you situated. We need to focus on that. Huh? You further me?
Good evening. Well,
no, we need to get you certified. I'm for real.
I know.
Quit running.
I got to take. I still, my birthday is coming up, so I may do that for then.
Stop running. You need to yeah.
So be that as it may. Well, listen, we're gonna let y'all go.
You're popular.
Okay. We're about to let y'all go. They're talking about the damn. They were protesting and stuff again today. Down at Centennial Park.
Well, they still in a state of emergency because we still got the doggone troops here.
Yeah. And that's because, they're going on past stuff because, see, before with George Floyd, honey, we started all peaceful, but then the bots came in and started the shit. I really want to go down there, but see, if I go down there, I need to get on the mic. I need a microphone, and I need to sit down there because I want to talk to the people, and I want to say some of the stuff that I said here. I want that to be on a bigger platform. But we need to understand this, and I want to talk to law enforcement officers. This is the question. You keep saying don't resist, but it is human nature when somebody grab to jerk back because you're invading my space. What is going on? And then when you get rough with me, it is our natural ear to either fly or fight. Okay. And so that there becomes all of that. So we need to understand, they need to understand or talk to us about what that is. How do you let a situation get to that particular point when you're sitting up there trying to do X, Y, and Z? See, again, mental health. Because if you're scared that this child is going to do something and everything is calm, what are you scared of? If you just sit up there saying, let me have your driver's license and registration.
The big black angry guy.
And especially when his demeanor was everything. You stay on guard, but his demeanor was not that. And then he said, okay, wait a minute, what did I do? Get your hands out the goddamn car. Get your ass out the car.
I'm gonna tell you something. And what's sad is the way we are treated by our own nationality that wears a uniform is atrocious. It's because I'm gonna tell you, I've been pulled over on 138 I don't know what area they call it, a Stockbridge or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the officer came up to the window, asked for my credentials, and told me I made an illegal turn back there. I said, well, I didn't consider it. I said, I didn't realize that it was illegal when I seen 5 other cars doing it and we all going to the same strip mall.
Right.
I said, I'm not from around here, so how would I know that particular turn is like that? And I gave him my credentials. Do you know, me being calm and just explaining myself, because you asked me a question, I gave you an answer.
Right.
Do you know, he said, well, stay right there, keep your hands up on the wheel, this and that. And I'm like, where did you hear any hostile movement or conversation?
Right.
And then when I looked at my side view mirror, did you know this idiot, black cop, backed up? He did not turn around and walk back to his car around my stuff. He backed up with his hand on his weapon, one step at a time till he got to his unit.
Lord.
I was looking like, one piece of hostility, not even a little bit. No sarcasm.
What you gonna do, child? I mean, and that's the question. Where do we go from here? Because it keeps happening. We keep the whole we got to get together. But the cliche talk is just cliche. So
I stopped talking. I stopped talking. The only time I'm talking is if I'm putting it out to a bunch of people that I feel like need to hear some points of interest that may assist them in situations that could save their lives. But outside of doggone sitting down in a room full of bullies, when they talking about giving out all these doggone these laws about gang violence and all this mess and all. Excuse me, y'all a gang.
Right.
You all are a gang. I don't care what you say because y'all look out for each other.
Mm-hmm.
You know somebody wrong.
And that's that.
You'll sweep it under the rug. Come on.
Right. There's that. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, let's oh, wait a minute. It's Saturday, and that's old Nat.
Oh, yeah, they lit. They lit.
Shit. Okay, we may have to rethink that, honey, because I don't like dealing with old national. No. No,
well, Big Mike, I think on Saturday, Big Mike, that place right there by you called Madhouse?
Yeah. Yeah. Some car things supposed to be going on down there.
Big Mike hosts that from Aces High.
Yeah.
He hosts that. Yeah, he's the host over there.
Oh, child.
That's what you can slide around there and get you some good wings.
Yeah, because yeah. Okay, that's still off on that though. I got to deal with it.
But everything is off on that. What ain't off on that?
I know.
I just tried to give you something. I'm just telling you it's closer to you. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to go so far down on that.
I know. Yeah. Well, yeah. Burger King would be closer, but it's on the left. So trying to maneuver that because that's right next to the damn Mexican cantina thing.
That's where you don't want to go.
No.
I was trying to keep you on that side of the street.
But on this side of the street, the streets I'm not feeling McDonald's. We got the rallies. Okay. I go down a little further, hit Wendy's, Kentucky Fried. I got coupon for Kentucky. I told you that JJ's Fish is from Chicago.
Then go there and get you a doggone wing. Get you some wings.
We have to see, Chad. We have to see. We have to see, honey.
When you get that mild sauce, you're gonna call me.
Okay. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, let's let you guys go, honey. You may finish all of your crumpets, my darling, because the tea has been dished. And you have been dishing tea, darlings, with Big Meech and the big guy Al over there, honey, Mr. Minister Big Bread Fella. Okay, and in the absence of Aunt Nikki, darling, she was trying to get home. And she found different routes of how to get home, honey. She's still in Philly, and she's trying to get back here by March so she can be here in March, and et cetera, et cetera. But listen, honey, if you love us like you do, like you say you do, honey, I want you to like, subscribe, share, and tell all of your friends, honey, your good Judies, your bros, honey, you know, your brothers by another mother, your sisters by another mister, honey. Tell them to come in, like, subscribe, share, honey, and all of that with us, honey. But if you hate us, if you feel as though we done said some shit that you don't like, okay, and all that other madness or whatever the case may be, you can tell all of your motherfucking enemies to like, subscribe, share, follow, come on in and have a good time with us, honey. Because I want you to understand this, that everything that we're doing over here at Three the Hard Way, the syndicate, darling, everything that we are doing over here in any way, shape, style, form, or fashion, everything will move forward. Okay, we have some beautiful things coming down here in 2023. I got a couple things that I'm going through. I may have a decision to make. No, I have a decision to make. I may have an announcement soon. Don't know yet. Hold on. And all of that. So we got some stuff coming down the pipeline, honey. So on that note, honey, again, you may finish all of your crumpets because the tea has been dished. And you've been dishing tea with Big Meat. So on that, honey, we are going to let you go home. And I'm going to say this. Woo-hoo! And scene, yes.